Real quick, guys, just wanted to tell you to watch this in HD. It sounded like I said wash. Watch this in HD because it'll be easier to see the text and the numbers. So. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I render out in HD. To me, it's not complicated. It's as simple as this. If you're recording in 720p, then render out in 720p. And if you're trying to get 1080p, then record in 1080p. Because if you try to render out 1080p, when you record it in 720p, it's going to come out kind of blurry. Because you're expanding the pixel size of the video. So since we got that covered, when you get your video recorded and it's 720p, which is what I recorded, which is what I recommend because the file size will be a lot smaller, I'm gonna go over what you need for project video properties, video effects, and render settings. So I'm gonna try to cover all of this under 10 minutes, hopefully. But project properties doesn't really matter, at least from what I've noticed. You don't need to set a custom one because it always gets replaced by the default ones that they have already. So just go ahead, if you're doing in 720, just HDV 720 at 30 frames. Go ahead and hit apply, and do this at the beginning before any editing. Go and right click on your video, go to properties, disable resample, and uncheck maintain aspect ratio. That will get rid of the black lines that are around your video. And I'm just going right into the dev. I'm not gonna blabber on about what this does and that does. I'm just giving you guys the settings and I'll let you guys go from there. So now onto the video effects. I use 3 effects: color corrector, color curves, and sometimes sharpen. Now I already have my own settings put in, so I'm gonna see if I can show you guys the. Okay, so try to copy these numbers. Don't forget the mid. I didn't change the lows. I changed the mid and the highs. So try to copy those numbers down and get the saturation in there and all this right here. Once you have that, you're good on the color corrector. Save it. If you don't know how to do that, look it up. I'll show you how to do it real quick. Okay, now go to color curves. Drag that in. And try to copy this. The red, kind of like that, close to the middle, down a little bit. This one's not so close to the middle and just flat. Then go to green, copy this. Now, this is just what I use. You don't have to use this one. Other people will have a different one, but I mean, this is just for like getting that film effect to your video. And here's the blue one. You don't have to do any of the color correctors, but if you want to get a nice color scheme to it, then go ahead and do it. And then back up to RGB. And to save it, you would click on save preset, this little like floppy disk looking thing. You would click that, name it first, obviously. So I name on HD, and then just hit save, and that'll make your own little thing. So once you got that, that's basically it. Now, this is optional. I don't do this for all my videos because like the Fallout 3 video, I didn't need it because that's the type of game it just doesn't need. Like maybe for Call of Duty you might use it. I don't have any preset made. I just drag the default in and go from there. That's what I do. And that covers it for the video effects. Now you're basically done. I mean, you got the properties handled. You got that. You got the project properties handled. You could do a little bit of fade in and fade out, you know. And then once you have all that done, you go to render as. This is what I use. This is what I was told to use anyways. Go to WNV and go to 512 and customize template. I already have mine saved, so I will show you the settings for that. And again, this is for 720p. So copy this down real quick. I'll show you the options that you have. You got that. Change CBR 9.2, and you get a lot of options right here. Just look at the numbers, 64 and 48. That's it. The video, CBR 9, and 720. And then if you did record in 1080, you would go to high definition 1080. But I recorded in 720. And again, the file size will be a lot smaller after you render it if you do 720, which means it'll take less time to render, and that's about it. The file size will be smaller and it'll take less time to render. Pixel aspect ratio is 1, 30 FPS, 5 and 3, 100%, because you want the best. And I don't know if this really matters or not, but I was having some problems when I was rendering before, but I fixed it. You can change this anywhere from 3 space M to 6 space M to all the way up to 10 space M, and that basically reduces render lag from what I was reading. Don't need to worry about this. Project, best, and this is not a 3D mode. So once you have all that, name it YouTube 720p, whatever you want, and click the little floppy disk. Then you are good to go. Make sure that's selected and hit render. You'll be good to go.